Beyond the bank, we're talking baseball. Beyond the bank, may we make takes, yeah. Beyond the bank, Phillies fever, catch it now. Bleeding red is hell. Beyond the bank.
Ooh, welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Bank, Phillies podcast live back in studio. I'm your host, Pete, along with my co-host, Henry. What is up, my guy?
Spring training has started, and we are back.
We are back.
We are back.
The weather almost stopped us from being back in person. I'm tired of this weather.
I'm just starting to see grass,
I know.
and all of a sudden we're getting another blizzard.
Yeah, we're apparently getting more snow tonight, so that's fun.
Unbelievable.
But
15 to 18 inches.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's gonna be as bad as last time because it was below freezing temperature last time. So
Yeah, true.
But thank God you were able to make it here safely before all this stuff went down. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's been so long that we're trying to get back in the studio, We've been saying it.
And it was always something.
It always was. Yeah, it always was. So I'm glad to be back in studio.
Oh, me too.
I'm glad that Phillies baseball is back in general. It's just this time of year, once spring training starts and all that, and now that like you're going again, and then it's gonna be my first time going. It makes it even more exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like just that whole thing in general, and you know,
it's almost like you can't wait for the season to start even more. Like you always thought, like, man, I can't get more excited for baseball,
right?
But then you're like, I'm going to spring training, and you're like, yeah, I'm more excited for baseball.
Exactly.
Somehow.
Yeah, and I'm excited, and maybe more excited than some Phillies fans, just because of how miserable they've been sounding all season. So I mean, like, listen,
that didn't take long.
It didn't take long at all, and I know, like, we'll get more into stuff, or whatever. But like again, like I just like I'm ready for baseball, man. I don't know about you, but like I'm gonna try to enjoy it. Okay, I'm not gonna say my team's season's over.
I'll be there for 25 plus games again.
Right, exactly, yeah. So and if we go to the playoffs, which we probably are, it's like I'm gonna be there again. So it's like
let's not get crazy.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, come on now. So
I don't know if you heard, we're gonna lose like 100 games.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing too. So I don't know. I mean, listen again. I'm not trying to brag and tell us that we know everything about Phillies baseball, but I mean at the end of the day, it's like, all right, like let's be realistic.
I watched the teams that didn't make the playoffs, and this isn't them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like going into those seasons, I knew that we were cooked.
Right.
Like,
except for 2012.
Right. Yeah, I guess
because that was the first because they didn't make it that year.
Right. Well, like going into it, you thought like, okay, we still have some players, but they were just washed by that point.
No, but you at least thought they were going to make the playoffs because they had won the East 5 years in a row at that point.
Right. So you're like feeling pretty confident.
That was the first time. That was probably the last time where I was just like, man, this team's going to make the playoffs, and they just don't.
Right, yeah.
Maybe 2021 Phils.
Yeah.
Or what year was that when we went to that game where they ended up beating the Mets?
That was 2021.
Okay. So that year I thought we were going to win the division because of that night. And I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, and then we just choked it away.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well.
But anyway, and then we got started this new era.
Yeah.
But regardless, good to be back. Glad you got here
100%.
safely.
Yeah, me too.
But there's a lot that we have to catch up on, lots to discuss, obviously. Some good. Seems like a lot
of them not so good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just like my team. I said the other day, my team can't stay out of the news, so there's obviously a lot for us to catch up on, obviously. So, let's start off first, just with this, just to get it out of the way, because I know you were kind of a big fan of him. But as people know, Nick Castellanos was released by the Philadelphia Phillies, and then recently has been picked up and signed by the San Diego Padres. Your thoughts on the whole situation?
I'm bummed to see him go because I liked who he was as a player, and he wasn't the best. He wasn't a $20 million guy.
Right.
He just wasn't. It didn't live up to the contract. You could see it wasn't working on both sides.
Yeah.
They asked him, I'm pretty sure they asked him, like, did you know that it was going to go this way? And he said, I had an idea.
Yeah.
Like they, then when they tell you not to report to camp, things are pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
It's just a shame how it ended because his attitude is what this team needed.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily that I don't care about anybody else except for myself attitude, because I did get a little bit of that from him.
Right. At times.
It's just a shit. Like, I wore the dude's jersey the entire way through 2022.
Right.
Like, in the playoff run when they went to the World Series. It's like,
Mm.
he was a playoff performer for us. He rose to the occasion usually in the playoffs.
Right.
He had a couple of those diving catches, which probably shouldn't even been dives.
Right, exactly, yeah.
looked like Derek Jeter to me, but nonetheless, diving into the stand. Remember that game?
Yeah,
Diving in the stands. We didn't even need a dive.
Right. Yeah.
Had to take a shot at Yankees fans. You know exactly what I'm talking
Always.
about. But no, I'm just bummed to see him go. But it was time. Like, I'm not surprised, and especially when Dave gets out 20 times in the offseason and goes, yeah, we're going to either release him or trade him.
Right.
We're going to release him or trade him. Oh, so nobody wants to trade with you because you said you're going to release him?
Right.
Well, I can't believe they don't want to trade.
Right.
Okay, Dave. Okay.
Like, okay, bro, I get it. Yeah, no, I honestly, like, with the whole Castellanos thing, it's like I was always 50-50 with him. I know he had some good moments, but as I've said multiple times, people, he had more bad than good, in my opinion. Yeah. And I think, the emotional side of it that Phillies fans have with Nick, it's just because they felt like he embraced the city as much as he could. And obviously we know that he had certain comments towards the fan base and all this other stuff. I think at the end of the day, he still respected us and he understood where we were coming from.
Yeah.
But I think just like a lot of what went down, especially how obviously he talked about the incident in Miami with Thompson and stuff like that, bringing the beer out into the dugout.
What did you think of that?
Dude, it's when we're focused on winning a championship, it's one of those things where it's just like, come on, bro. Like, this is, and I understand where he was coming from, and I understand where Thompson was coming from. You got to see from both sides, obviously. Yeah. I just think it could have been avoided, and I just think that, if you really want to see yourself as a team player, you don't let that situation happen, and you don't stand up the manager. No matter how good or bad you think Thompson is as a manager, you just don't do that type of thing. And that's
not something a veteran guy does.
Right, exactly. And I just think, with all that happening and stuff like that and that being brought up, I think it was time to, split ends. And unfortunately it didn't work out for us where we had to release them and like eat some of that money or whatever. But I think at the end of the day, it was the best decision, and I'm just moving on now. It is what it is. And I wish him the best, and I wish him good health with, Padres down and stuff like that, except for against us. But yeah, it is what it is. And we had our time here, and that's that. So I just,
So, do you think he's going to be still on their team by like June?
Yeah, I do. I think it'll probably work out.
I think he'll have a really decent year where he has a couple of good plays for him or something, or good moments for them.
Right.
And he'll stay all year through the playoffs, whatever, right. Or he'll get cut by like mid-May.
Yeah,
it's going to be,
it could be a
and it's not going to be because he's just being, hostile towards the staff or whatever, what have you.
Right.
Like, I think it'll just be like, we don't really need to keep paying this guy $750,000 to play for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's getting $20 million elsewhere anyway.
Right.
It's not like you're cutting a guy who's making 20 like we did.
Right.
It's not like you're.
Exactly.
No, I'm saying like it's a lot easier of a decision to go, well, I'll just throw away this $2.
Right.
I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah. No, exactly.
But this is the thing in Miami kind of made me think about this. It has to go back to the Matt Strom thing too.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like any time any player has any bad thing to say about management, coaching, all of a sudden they're released or fired or traded right away.
Right.
That to me is like, now these guys are untouchable. I'm not saying you go around disrespecting them.
No, right, for sure.
But like, you kind of do what Bryce did. Like, he says something without saying it. Like, it's not as much of a shot kind of thing.
Right.
It's just like he talked about the whole situation rather than just, when Nick thanked people in a letter, he left Thompson out.
Right. Exactly.
Like, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when he says that, the communication's been spotty at best the entire time he's been here,
right,
you got to remember, he didn't sign to a team with Rob Thompson as manager. Joe Girardi was his manager.
True.
Like, but he what? Like,
no, I know.
As much as we hate him and as much as he sucked,
right,
and he was terrible,
right,
that was his manager.
No, yeah.
So
for sure.
when you pitch a guy, you're not going to go, listen, buddy, we're going to get rid of this guy in like 3 months. So just hang tight.
Right.
He's not signing here.
No, yeah, for
sure.
You know,
so because God forbid you play for a manager that didn't wear the cleats or wear the spikes or whatever he said. You know how ridiculous that is? You played for Jim Leland, who's like one of the best managers in the last 35 years probably.
Yeah.
And he didn't play.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But the thing I was saying about the management, it seems like anytime anybody disagrees with anything they're doing, they're getting canned right away.
Right.
Strom says he didn't do enough PFP. No, he didn't do them.
Right.
It's like now you're getting defensive.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Nick's point wasn't a wrong one. The way he went about it was wrong.
Right.
But his point wasn't wrong when he said being lax in some areas and not in others is not conducive to winning, because they've been like that the whole time and we haven't won.
Yeah.
We went to the World Series and stuff. I'm not saying that's not winning, but
Well,
you haven't won a title.
And the only reason why I would push back on that is only saying just like that is true in some aspects, but in the other aspects is, like coming through at the right times and executing things too. Like that's the other thing too. You can have the off-field stuff.
Well,
and all
yeah,
the
but when it
attitude.
creates a culture.
Yes, but at the end of the day, the players need to go out and do their jobs, and that's just what they haven't done in the last couple of years in the playoffs.
Well, it hasn't been Castellanos' fault.
I understand that, but I mean,
so why are we?
He's had it at moments, but then he also hasn't at other times too as well. That's the thing. But again, like you gotta say 50-50 too. You can't say, oh well, he was the only guy that showed up, but then not give him any blame at the same time. Like there's some blame in there as well, because Harper's had good off postseasons too.
Yeah,
but he's also played like crap too as well.
Yeah.
At the same
I'm not
time,
saying he played like perfect during the postseason, but it's like, people are like, oh, I can't believe that the only guy that showed up got cut. They're kind of right.
Yeah.
Bryce doesn't really see many pitches. That's the problem with him.
Right.
Like
exactly.
I think last year he saw the least amount of pitches in the zone of any player. I think it was like 43% or something.
Okay.
It was low, like really
right.
low. But to me, it's like people get mad, oh, these guys are performing, but I hate Nick Castellanos because he doesn't play that well during the regular season. Yeah. I'm not saying the regular season doesn't matter, and we're going to get to a point like the NBA where the regular season really doesn't matter, because I don't want that to happen.
Right.
And there's 162 games. He may not be a $20 million player during then, but damn, he showed up in October.
Yeah.
He had 2 games he had back-to-back games with 2 home runs.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, let's not. Some people were acting like he was the worst thing since. I don't even know.
Right? No, yeah. It's hard. Yeah, you can't think of an example.
No, like they acted like it was like the world was ending when he came up to bat. It's like, I understand he wasn't the best, but like, let's not act like he did nothing.
Right.
And it is 50-50. It's on him and it's on the management. But like,
right.
You can't use a beer. Like, I get it was just a prop.
Yeah.
I know, but like,
it's wild.
You can't do that. Not in your hometown. Like, let's give it a rest.
I know. Yeah. It was just annoying, and just the whole situation was unfortunate. But now we move on, and he's on his own way. And
now he's all happy with the media in San Diego. You see that? I was like, all right, dude.
Whatever. Anyway, so moving on from that, real quick, we're going to talk about some of the
potatoes,
the Bryce Harper stuff that's been going on recently. So obviously, the whole comments that Dombrowski made back in October for the end of the season press conferences or whatever about Bryce Harper, which we talked about around that time. And when Bryce Harper reported the spring training, I think it was last Sunday or whatever. Obviously, that was going to be the first question that reporters asked, and you knew the media was all going to be all over that, yes, right? So
absolutely.
And he had some remarks and comments about it. So I'm going to bring up a clip now that you sent me. And
yes, last Sunday.
Yep, last Sunday. So
I don't get motivated by that kind of stuff. I for me, it was kind of wild, the whole situation of that happening. I think the big thing for me was, when we first met with this organization, it was, hey, we're always going to keep things in-house, and we expect you to do the same thing. And so, when that didn't happen, kind of took me for a run a little bit. So I don't know, it's part of it, I guess. It's kind of a wild situation, that even happening. Obviously I didn't have the year that I wanted. Obviously I didn't have the postseason I wanted. My numbers weren't where they needed to be. I know that, and I don't need to be motivated to be great, in my career or anything else. So that's just not a motivating factor for me. For Dave to come out and say those things, it's kind of wild to me still. Really, I mean,
go ahead.
It's
just like, go ahead.
I kind of want to hear your take that you've been sitting on for.
Yeah, I mean, so listen, the comments he made are the comments he made. The whole thing of like keeping in-house thing is really what stood out to me in this whole situation. Like, I don't have a problem with Harper saying stuff in the interview. Like, it is what it is. Like, and obviously,
first time he's talked to media since it happened.
And you knew the media was going to run away with it,
of course,
especially WIP, which, whatever. But anyway,
some of them are running away with it more than others.
Yes. But when it comes to that whole like in-house thing, the thing that kind of like that I thought about with it is because somebody brought up the point of like when Harper first got here and stuff like that. I mean, we do kind of have to keep in mind that Dombrowski wasn't here when Harper signed here.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a different front office.
Yeah.
I'm not
Clentac.
Yeah, I'm not saying Clentac was an amazing front office
No,
guy.
but it's a different guy, period.
But yeah, it was a different guy. And now, to my knowledge, who knows if they had that discussion when Dombrowski, came into the franchise where he was like, the whole in-house thing, which there was probably a conversation about it that they agreed upon. But I'm just saying, I think we got to keep that in mind is that like it was a whole different situation when Harper first got here and then when Dombrowski got here. And I don't know if that was like maybe something that they forgot or there was a miscommunication or something they just, never came back on. I don't know. But that was the whole thing for me where it's just like it was different when Bryce Harper first signed here. And hopefully that like Dombrowski didn't like step over that line where he thought like, well, hey, listen, now that I'm here, like this is, how I felt. And I felt like maybe I just needed to send a message and probably wasn't the best way that he sent it out or whatever. But, obviously he explained about it and like said that people took it, out of context and stuff like the comments or whatnot. So, I don't know.
It's not out of context. You called him not elite. You just said he's not a top player in the league.
I know. Yeah. Which is just, yeah. And honestly, at the time, it's like right after losing the divisional series, it's like probably not the best time to really be like speaking that way. I'm not saying any other time would have been great, but regardless, I just think the whole situation has kind of like exploded in everybody's faces, I guess. Pause. But, and I just think like it's unfortunate that we've had to get to this point now to where like,
everybody's sitting there with
effect.
egg on their face now.
Yeah, and we're sitting with this ripple effect, and people think it's going to carry the whole season, which I don't think it's going to be. And then also people, taking shots at Harper, which was probably going to be expected. And then people saying that we should trade him and all this other stuff, which just stop. Like it's not happening. We're not trading Bryce Harper at the deadline. Not happening. So I mean, if you think that's going to happen at all, then you can respectfully go root for another team. So I'm just saying, like, it's just like, I don't understand like where that idea is coming from. Like you're psychotic. So, and then I obviously like he went on the podcast with Bustin' with the Boys. Yeah. And was talking to them about it.
Did you listen to that whole interview?
I did listen to it.
It was very good.
It was really good. And real quick, we'll get back to the whole Dombrowski stuff in a minute. During that podcast, they were talking about like his off season before he signed with the Phillies, and he didn't want to bring up one team apparently that came in late or whatever. What team do you think that was?
Dude, I don't know. I was just thinking that
if it was gonna be like it was pinstripes.
So they said it wasn't the Yankees.
Yeah, it wasn't the Yankees. I was like when he said that, I was thinking about that. I'm like, what team could that have possibly been? Like I was actually like kind of curious a little bit. So it was just like it was like interesting to me, very interesting.
I have a.
Maybe you just had to take a wild guess, I guess.
I think the Cubs.
You think so?
I don't know why.
Yeah. I don't.
But did he talk about the Cubs?
No, he was talking about. Dude, he said the White Sox game. Where
he said
offered too. That's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
And oh my God.
Yeah. Wild.
What was the? Oh, he said he got offered by the Dodgers a short-term high AV deal.
Yeah.
And he said that every team was at 330, and he said there was probably some stuff going on there, but whatever.
Right.
He didn't want to use that big C word, collusion.
Yeah, whatever.
There's a lot. There's a lot of people saying that there's a lot of collusion with contracts now.
Great.
But nonetheless, the Dodgers fixed that. But
anyhow,
I don't know what anybody could take a shot at Bryce for. The only thing that I can think of is him saying, well, I was told that we kept everything in-house.
Right.
When he's requested an extension for the last 3 years.
Right.
Publicly. Not him himself.
Right, but his agency.
Boris gets it out there.
Right.
Then it catches fire. Then, of course, Rosenthal's got it.
Right.
Bob Nightingale's got it for whatever he's worth. His reporting is cheeks. Dude, his reporting sucks.
It's rough.
He's always wrong.
I know.
Jeff Passan had to come out and be like, I don't know where anybody's getting this information. Please do not believe it. You know how bad
great.
you got to be? Like, that's
Yeah.
insane. But this is my biggest problem with what's going on.
Yeah.
Everybody's bashing Bryce. And I'm not saying that I'm the biggest Bryce guy. I don't give him as many passes as you do.
Okay.
Not saying you give him a lot of passes.
Debatable. But...
I don't give him nearly as many passes as you do.
Okay. I
You
I give him a lot of passes. So.
No, I'm not
If
saying
anybody can find it, let me know.
But I'm not saying that you give him a ton. I'm
Right.
just more open to be like, nah, I do think this is on Bryce.
Okay.
Like,
That's fine.
I don't give him the slack that some people do.
Gotcha. All right, understood.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Does that make any sense?
Right.
So I'm not the leader of the Bryce Harper fan club. Now, he's probably my favorite Philly of all time. I know
Right,
that
right,
sounds
right.
ridiculous to say together,
Right.
but he's my favorite Philly of all time. I just want to keep him more accountable.
for sure.
I keep him more accountable than some people do. I'll put it
Okay.
that way.
Understood.
Outside of him requesting the extension
Mm-hmm.
somewhat publicly, what can you knock him for?
Right.
I saw people like, I'm not going to name names anymore.
Right.
Because I'm
Yeah, we don't do that. It's fine.
they're mad that he's talking about it. He was asked a question in his first media availability since that incident happened.
Right.
I know he's wearing the T-shirt, and I know, whatever. Which, by the way, if anybody heard the whole interview, he said, "Oh, well," he was referring to his not elite shirt and why he was wearing it.
Right.
Oh, well, they made it for me and they sent it to me, so I just wore it. If I send you a Beyond the Bank shirt, are you gonna wear it? Because I'll do it.
Right.
I'll walk down to Florida with it. I don't care.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, for God's sake, if my plane ever gets there, but that's a whole nother problem.
Yeah.
Get to that later.
Right.
But, like, I don't see what they're blaming Bryce for
Right.
because, quite frankly, it's not his fault.
Right.
Because Dave is the one that said it.
Yeah.
He should have worded it better.
Right.
And I think Dave Dombrowski needs to be fired
Okay.
because I'm getting real sick of him screwing things up and everybody just going, well, he knows what he's doing. Because
Right.
clearly not.
Yeah.
He liked Castellanos. They had a prior relationship. When that signing happened, it made a little bit of sense. And obviously, he helped us in the World Series, whatever.
Right.
How he handled it was terrible this year.
Mm.
You say you're going to cut him or trade him. Nobody's going to want to trade you.
Right.
Why would I offer you, hey, I'll sell this to you for $5, but in a week, I'm just going to be giving it away.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
But-
The whole Strom thing, getting mad that they're talking about PFPs, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
But, like, Strom was one of the guys who could bridge,
Yeah.
and you didn't do anything this offseason other than sign Kyle Schwarber
Right.
and JT Realmuto, and you got played by Bo Bichette in his camp, which, by the way, he's looking pretty rough at third base.
I know.
That's what you get for wanting him for third base instead of Bohm.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want him the whole time, but anyway. So.
I mean, neither did I. But my point being, I think Dave needs to go.
Mhm.
The game has passed him by, and I
Right.
don't think any of this is Bryce Harper's fault. Outside of saying, well, I was told we keep things in-house,
Right.
but I do want an extension.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. So,
Yeah.
and different front office. like
I
said.
think at the same time though, when it comes to like Harper saying stuff like, and if he didn't say something about it, they would have still ran away with a story anyway, saying
They
like,
would have
oh,
found a clip.
Yeah.
Notice how the
No,
clip
but
didn't
I'm
go
saying, like-
viral. The clip didn't go viral about him saying that his wrist is fine now.
right.
Where's that clip? That's what I thought.
No, but at the same time, it would have been like, oh, if he would have just like kind of like didn't like talk about or bring anything up or any ideas, it would have been like, oh, well, why didn't Harper bring this up? Why didn't he do that?
That's
Why
the
didn't he say
problem.
that? This thing. So regardless, he's in the wrong anyway. Apparently, to everybody. in everybody's eyes. So that's what
These
I'm saying.
are
like,
people. What you have to understand. These are people who have been waiting for him to give them something to hate
right,
since he's gotten here.
right,
Since he's put on the pinstripes, they've wanted a reason to hate him.
well, well, maybe not. Hate's a strong word.
Hey,
I
they
would,
wanted to give. They need a reason to be mad at this guy.
right. Well,
Because God forbid we have anything good in Philadelphia.
Well, and the
God
other thing
forbid.
is too, it's like a lot of these people that were like hiding in the weeds for the first couple of years with the Phillies, where they're like, obviously we knew there wasn't a team built around him, so that they couldn't get into the playoffs or get anywhere far in the playoffs. And then when 22 happened, it's like, okay, now these expectations are rising, right?
Yeah.
Now we know that like, okay, Harper's on this grandstand now. He's got a team around him and stuff like, and he should be able to do it. And they were close. You know what I'm saying? He helped them get there to the World Series, and he just couldn't get it done. It is what it is. And now the last couple of years, where it's like, okay, they keep telling us that they have this team built or whatever, and they haven't been able to do it. And now it's like a lot of spotlight shines on guys like Bryce Harper, who hasn't had the protection behind him since Rhys Hoskins left and all that stuff, or whoever left. You know what I'm saying? Just like it hasn't been there, and now the spotlight's on him and stuff like that. Which, at the end of the day, it kind of should be like he's the star of the
He's
team.
the guy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Behind,
But again, like I
next
said
Schwarber,
earlier,
so-
43% of his pitches were in the zone. That's it.
right,
That's like dramatically lower than a lot of other people.
right.
The other thing about the Bryce thing that I was I've felt this way the last couple of years about him, and again, this kind of goes back to the not accountability thing, but like I want him to be like a lot of the other guys, to where like I know you want to hit where you want to hit,
Right.
and stuff like that, but sometimes you got to sacrifice it,
Right.
because he was talking about, oh well, I'm excited to play in WBC with Judge hitting behind me, and and then they asked him about the 4-hole hitter. He said, well, we had the 20th worst numbers and blah, 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 blah last year in the 4 spot across the whole team. So to me, it didn't seem like he was necessarily taking a shot at Bohm.
No.
I think he was taking a shot at the way the lineup's been constructed, or the way the roster's been constructed, where he needs some protection.
Right.
Now, my problem is, why don't you just hit 2 so
Right.
Schwarber can hit 3rd and you have protection?
Right.
Well, how about you get over yourself and hit where Rob Thompson wants you to hit,
Right.
and don't walk in there and go, yeah, I'll hit anywhere, but I do like hitting 3rd. I think I'll hit 3rd.
Right.
No, you either hit wherever you need to, or you pick where you want to go. You can't say both.
Right.
You can't say both. That bothered me a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that kind of goes into the whole thing with Thompson talking about the lineups and stuff, like going into spring training, where he obviously talked about, like, having Turner, Schwarber, Harper at least 1 through 3, and then just getting them the at-bats that they need, obviously. Like, those are the star players. You want them to get as many at-bats as you can, and then figuring out the whole cleanup spot, and then, like, 5 through 9 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that, mixing that around. You may, like, switch some pieces around throughout the season, some bench players, whatever. But obviously, you have your 1 through 3 set for the most part, and we know that Harper's most likely still going to be in the 3 spot. So that's the thing, like you said, like, for him to step up and say, like, hey, like, okay, I'll bat 2 or whatever and stuff like that, which I do think would, like, make a little bit more sense, in my opinion.
Well, you see guys doing it all over the place now. Otani does it. Bobby Witt does it. Like, a lot of those guys lead off, or they bat second.
Yeah, that too. Like, I mean, it'd be shocking to see Harper
leading
lead
off. I'm not as big on. I'd rather have him bat second than first.
Just only because I would like Harper to see some pitches first, from like the perspective of sitting on deck and stuff like that.
Because you at least have him. I was just about to say, you at least have him on deck,
right?
So you don't start him. Hey, you've batted behind somebody your entire career.
Right.
We're going to have you lead off now, and you'll see the first pitches of the game. No,
for sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, and then, like, honestly, like, if Harper sees some pitches at his at-bat, gets walked, you got Schwarber coming up. You know what I'm saying? And they probably can't pitch around him or something like that. Who knows? Like, it just kind of, like, strengthens that part of the lineup, and then maybe you don't stress too much about the cleanup. So, I mean, you still want something from the cleanup spot, but you don't stress about it as much.
Yeah,
maybe.
and I think that, like I said about him saying something about the 4 spot, I don't think it was a shot at Bohm or JT or whatever. I think it was a shot at the actual construction, because I think he realizes, like I've been saying, if Bohm batted 6th or 7th, nobody would care that he only hits 15 home runs. And that's not being a Bohm fan. That's just, if you have a lead, a 4-hitter guy, but nobody else can do it, you can't really, like, what can you say to Rob? Oh, put a guy in there that's not on the roster. How about that?
Right.
Like, you can't.
Yeah.
And I think Bryce batting second too. This is my last one on this. With Crawford likely making the team and coming up to the big leagues, he'll probably bat 9th.
Probably. Or most likely. He should.
So having him 9th and Turner back-to-back speed, Turner talked about that too.
Right.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
And listen, if Turner's going to talk about speed, he better, like, do it. Because, again, that's
fun fact.
The whole thing we've been
I found this the other day.
So.
He had the most bolts in the league last year.
Really?
Which is, I think it's any run that has a top speed of over 30 feet per second or higher.
Gotcha.
He has the most in the league. And he was averaging less than that when he got called up to the majors.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Thought that was a pretty cool stat.
Well, he needs to use his legs this year. So
I think
I don't
will.
want him to be, like, scared to do it because he doesn't want to get out. It's like, dude, just
I think he
take
45 bags.
We got to take some risks.
I think 45 bags.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into our predictions.
Me
So
neither.
this should be fun.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we'll probably do that right before opening day and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
we got to see how the roster shakes out.
Exactly. And then real quick, staying on the topic of the lineup in general and all that type of stuff. So Devin Caney came out with a report a couple days ago, I think 2 days ago or whatever. And she said, sources tell me Bryce Harper has been advocating for more right-handed power and someone who could give the Phillies more emotional edge/swagger. I'm told Harper suggested Dave Dombrowski look into a reunion with Rhys Hoskins, who remains a free agent at the time. I'm told Hoskins is game to come back and finish the job with the Phillies. Dombrowski kicked the tires on potential reunion before ultimately deciding Hoskins is not a fit, according to sources. I, for some reason, find it hard to believe that's somewhat true, in my opinion.
Why?
I don't know. I just, again, I'm not trying to take shots at anybody. I know some of these sources could be credible and stuff, but at the same time, I don't know how fully true that is. Like, who knows if that's really.
I think you
who
can
he's looking
question the
for.
extent.
I guess.
Like,
I don't know.
Maybe Bryce went. Maybe they asked Bryce, like, "Hey, who are you eyeing?" He was like, "I don't know. Reese would be kind of cool to come back."
Yeah.
And if they were like, "We don't really see the fit," he'd be like, you know what? True.
Yeah.
That's very easily could have happened.
Yeah, it could
so
be.
I'm not saying that Devin Kane's lying. I don't think that's the case at all, because I do like her reporting. She does a good job with the Birds.
Right.
She's a sideline reporter for them too. Most of the stuff she usually says is factually correct.
Right.
Like, it's based in fact.
I got
Again, to the extent, who knows? But
Right.
it's just so funny that he wants right-handed power with an emotional edge that will help the team and have a little bit of swagger. And Castellanos just walked out the door.
I know.
Like,
I know,
imagine if now you're asking for that,
Right.
but 4 years ago you were like, man, we need this. Oh, we signed Castellanos. It's going to be awesome. It just was not.
I know.
Like,
It just
imagine.
never worked out well.
Or imagine if he worked out. Like,
Exactly. Well, if he worked out, he'd probably have a World Series championship. So.
but no, don't start with me.
I'm just saying. I'm just
What
saying.
more could Castellanos have done
When?
in the playoffs?
I mean, 20. If you're speaking 22, he could have hit the ball. I mean, he didn't really.
He
do
was
something
hitting the ball.
in the World Series.
Well, nobody was hitting the ball in the World Series. Let's be real.
Eh,
Outside of that one game
I mean, yeah, but
that I was at, by the way, home run derby.
right. All right. Regardless, I don't want to get too much into that. It's too emotional. But anyway, but yeah, no. Listen, and honestly, I think honestly, I'm getting very I'm getting tired of just hearing Hoskins' names. Not a shot at Hoskins. I loved Hoskins when he was here.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I just think that the time has passed. Like, he had his time here, and unfortunately, I think that injury that he had really, screwed with him a little bit. He played well for Milwaukee last year.
Yeah.
He had
But he kind of got stepped on by Andrew Vaughn because the second they traded for him.
Right, exactly.
went on those
So,
runs.
and it just kind of looks like it's like that time in his career where it's kind of just gonna now. It was reported today that he signed a minor league deal with the Cleveland Guardians, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Yep.
So, who knows? And you were shocked by that just because
It just happened. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
right.
But yeah, I mean,
So it's interesting to hear that report come out, and of course, it comes out before during spring training now, and it's just like, I don't know. Again, my team can't stay out of the news right now with all these reports.
I know.
And real quick,
Trying to find my tweet of the week.
yeah, that's fine. Before we move into that, or talk a little bit about spring training, but just to kind of put a cap on the offseason in general, if we don't have to, let's not do any more interviews in the future, okay? Because I got a little tired of the constant random interviews, the Zoom calls, the this, the that. I understand it's mandatory, I guess, in the league or whatever, or some aspect, but it got to be a little much. So it's like, all right, I don't know.
It's just the best.
It's just like, dude, you know what I'm saying? It's just there was a lot of it this all season, and it got tiring. You know what I'm
But I
saying?
just remember you texted me. You were like, if we could get out from behind a microphone, that'd be awesome.
I don't know, man. Or maybe work on PR. I don't know. Do something a little bit better, I guess, for the future. So look into that. But all right. So moving off all the drama. Spring training's here, like we said. They had their first spring training game yesterday against the Toronto Blue Jays. Lost 3-0, but we don't stress about it.
We are back.
We are back. The runners on base, but Justin Crawford looked pretty good.
Double in his first at bat and a single in his second or third at bat.
Not gonna lie, I was pretty geeked about that. And he almost homered in the couple of pitches before that, and I was like, dude.
My jersey's on pre-order,
dude. I mean, dude, it's exciting though. And that's the thing too that is unfortunate this offseason is that we were all excited for the new guy, the new kids, the young blood or whatever that they're talking about to mix in with, and we saw some of it yesterday with Crawford, and obviously, we'll probably see something with Miller soon, and then Painter hopefully. So that's another exciting thing about spring training is like we're gonna eventually see these guys and see what they got so far.
Yeah,
so,
I'm
excited for it.
dude. I'm so excited to watch the young guys play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, and there's another guy that I think might end up coming up this year, Gage Wood,
yes, yeah,
the
yeah.
pitcher
Can't
from
forget about him.
Arkansas.
I sometimes forget that we had that guy.
I know. And I mean, no hitter in the College World Series. That's big.
No, for sure.
But Dabrowski talked about him yesterday, and
Mhm.
he said that he seems like a guy who's going to kind of rise through the ranks pretty quick
Mm-hmm.
because he's kind of like a already at his ceiling sort of guy. Not like,
Right.
oh, he's already in his prime and he'll just be terrible
Mhm.
from here on out. It's more
Right.
so like you can't really teach him anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you might as well throw him on the. It's kind of like Kirkring.
Right.
You can't really teach him much else. It's just like get this guy to the big leagues, you know.
Nah, for sure.
But I'm
Um,
excited, dude. I am thrilled to watch Crawford and Painter.
I know,
Crawford
dude. I am
and,
too.
Miller this year,
I am too.
and Painter too. He's got to show something because
No,
we
I
didn't
know.
trade him for the last like
I
3 years now. And I know he's young,
Right.
but he's got to show something because there's a reason we kept you.
And I think again, this is the whole thing that we have to look at with mixing these young guys, right? Like, I feel like this is obviously a lot better than how things went last time when we were kind of shifting into that next era or so after the Utley's and the
We
Rollins.
didn't
or
have
whatever.
this.
That's what I'm saying, and it's just like, for some people, they're also just like, well, we still have like a shaky farm system or whatever. Which obviously we're not rated too high in the league when it comes to farm system. We're still kind of working towards
It's
bettering
top
it.
heavy.
Yeah, it's top heavy. But that's what I'm saying though. It's just like we know that like okay, there's a chance that these guys can become something, and like obviously we've gotten fooled before the Scott Kingerys of the world and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I think
Mike
it
Brown.
was a little different just because we were already deep into that purgatory type era.
We were
And
almost
it's
like begging for like a savior.
right, exactly.
And it's just like anytime anybody had a little flash, we
Right.
paid them $100 million.
Yeah, and I don't think, in some cases, maybe for some people, they're begging for this, but I know I'm not because I just know that, like, okay, if we mix it in with the core that we have now, this could work.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we don't.
Yeah.
We could say like, oh, it may not work, but we really don't know that. We got to
No.
wait and see, and that's what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. We'll see this season, hopefully,
Mhm.
is that it will work and it will mix in. So that's the thing. That's how I look at it and just see that like, hey, listen, like, this could be good for us.
Yeah.
And it may work. It may not. I don't know, but we got to try. We got to mix in something. Listen, if you didn't want to go out and sign a free agent or whatever, okay, time to give these guys a shot then. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you got it's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they chose to do. And I'm excited for it. I am. Listen, I'm not saying they're gonna be freaking Mike Trout out of the gates or whatever, but I want them. We talked about it
Be
before
decent players.
to go through the ups and downs, to
Yeah.
fight through these battles,
And-
to get better,
And
stuff
that's on
like
the
that.
organization to let them learn
Right.
from their mistakes.
Exactly. So I think this is like one of the most exciting spring trainings we've had in a while,
Yes,
just because
I
of
agree.
that factor and stuff like that.
agree.
And I saw some good things yesterday. Listen, I probably a great guy, but man, hearing first off, hearing Fransky again was great because they didn't have the
Yeah, I didn't get to listen
NBC
to the radio.
broadcast,
I
it
was
was-
watching it on TV.
through Toronto, which I wasn't listening to. So
Yeah.
weird. And then Stalker was back, so your guy.
Woohoo. Can't wait.
Nah, he's not a great guy. He's
Sure,
not-
I'm sure he's
Yeah.
a nice guy, but I just
Yeah, and then there was like a point in the game where like I think it was DiMartini who was playing third, and he like dropped the foul ball, and he's like,
Oh,
making an
yeah.
excuse like, well, he's got some of these new clubs, they're a little shiny, a little this. I'm like, dude, the kid just needs to catch the ball, okay?
well,
Like-
the thing that kills me about him, is when he just goes, yeah, and he fielded the ball, and what I mean by that is he put his glove on the ground and squeezed it when the ball got there. Like, dude, we all know what that means.
Right, exactly.
Like, come on. Like, and he does it all the time. It's like, sometime, every once in a while, he'll have a nugget where I'm like, oh, wow.
Right.
And then dude, they're few and far between. Again, probably a great guy, but my goodness, sometimes it's a rough listen.
It is, but it was great to hear Fransky. I love Fransky. He's still going, still
Yeah.
doing his thing. And
You
today,
act like he's 85.
I know.
So he's
Just
still
saying.
going,
I know.
defying the odds. Jeez.
No, but then today I guess we'll get to hear T-Mac and Kruk, I'm pretty sure. Because they say Kruk's going to be on broadcast for spring
How
training.
did?
I think
Can
now.
we talk about this for a second?
Go ahead.
Taryn Thatcher is not going to be with their
Hatcher.
broadcast.
Taryn Hatcher.
Ter-
You said Thatcher.
Did I
Taryn,
really?
you did.
Taryn
It's
Hatcher.
okay. Taryn
Sorry.
Hatcher. Shout out Taryn Hatcher.
Dude, I think I've been calling her Thatcher the whole time.
Well,
No, I definitely haven't.
here's your time to apologize.
Yeah, sorry, Taryn. I know you're listening.
Right. Yeah. Doubt it.
She's gone, and then Mike Schmidt just decided to not come back.
Right.
How does Ruben stop a job?
Oh my God! Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and kill Ruben. Okay.
No,
He's
but
a-
he's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't know, man.
I
like,
know. A lot of people were questioning that.
I
It's
know.
like, okay. Like, I don't know.
It's tough. It's
It's weird. It's gonna be a lot of shit. I mean, changes in the team and changes in the broadcast world.
booth. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Like, wow. But still got Crucky though, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. That's a
If
good.
we need to
thing.
know any prison baseball stories, we know where to go.
Exactly. So, yeah. There's a game today. They play at 107, so we'll
That's why
probably
I've
be
been
done
looking
and
at my watch.
catch a little bit of it
Yeah.
beforehand, or after we're done here. Let's get into and bring back Phillies tweet of the week.
I got a pretty simple tweet of the week.
Okay.
The Phillies lineups, the graphics, and everything.
back.
They're back.
Yes.
I didn't know how much I missed them
I know.
until I saw you post them on the story.
I know. I'm
I
back.
saw the Phillies tweets.
Right. Those are the best tweets to get, man.
I know.
It's
And
just
it's like I
like-
just got the notification a couple minutes ago. Pittsburgh versus Phillies about to start. Man, when I saw that yesterday,
Just
Blue Jays Phillies about to start, I was like,
it's like a dopamine hit, bro.
Yes.
Like it's just like
you're like, oh, I
Stop.
forgot we played today.
patch right on
Yeah.
the arm, dude. It's just
Oh,
like I
man.
needed it. Yeah, no,
What
those are,
tweet you got?
yeah. So I bookmarked this. So John Clark tweeted out, and it was a picture of Adolis Garcia.
Johnny Airports.
It was a picture of Adolis Garcia, and he had a quote. Garcia said, I like to let the emotion out when I play. And Clark said, new Phillies right fielder Adolis Garcia today, who says he loves the environment of Philly and CVP and loves to play an aggressive brand of baseball. Then this person by the name of Wolfgang Chomper replied to that tweet and said, man, this has all the potential necessary to blow up in epic fashion.
Nice.
Just was like, wow. Like, I mean,
Season hasn't even started yet. My mom's down at spring training right now.
oh, okay, cool.
She sent me a picture. This is her first time there.
Yeah.
She sent me a picture of Adolis Garcia and goes, "This guy is huge."
Yeah, he is. He's jacked, dude. It's like crazy.
But he's like, no disrespect, he's like your height, isn't he?
I guess.
Like, and you're not short.
No, I know, but I know
like,
what you're saying.
to be
yeah.
that ripped
Right.
and not be 6 foot,
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's like you would think that a guy that's that big, if you saw his top half, you're like, damn, this guy's probably huge.
I know.
Not so much.
Yeah. Well, and
Like he's very. I don't want to say the wrong word, but like he's like dense.
I got you.
Like
yeah.
he's got a lot of power,
Right.
But he doesn't have to be 6'5" to do it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Not
No,
a shot
for
at
sure.
home. Not a shot at
Not
home.
a shot, Bo. That's your boy. Cleanup spot today, by the way.
Can't wait.
I have one more. I know I was
Okay.
gonna say keep it at one, but our buddy Jack Frisch, shout out to him. He tweeted a day ago. He said, "You ever think about Nola's start in Boston in 2018 on a Friday night at 9:45?" And then somebody responded back to him, the Philly, I'm not that name, the
You want me to say it?
is it Philly Fucknatic?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, shout out to you, I guess. But interesting name. But he said, no, I only think about some idiot bench coach who doesn't understand common sense baseball strategies that lucked into a job and has ruined every single postseason run for this team. I'm guessing he's not a Rob Thompson fan.
Not at all.
I'll tell you, dude,
That's
Phillies,
brutal.
bro, shout out to everybody in Phillies Twitter world. I mean,
Oh, dude,
some of y'all are great, man. It is.
Some of these tweets,
Oh, dude.
I just like. I see funny tweets, man, and I'm just like, how did I not think of that?
I know.
And you're
It's-
just like,
it's hilarious.
It's
great.
It's so funny, dude.
It's great. It's
so
great.
funny.
And now, since we're live in person, you can see all the emotion. We are bringing back another segment that we haven't done since early on in Beyond the Bank history. What is bothering Henry right now?
All right. So this is a shot at Bryce Harper. And I'm
my
sorry,
God.
dude. If anybody didn't see, he said, "Oh, that stuff really doesn't motivate me." And, you know, we mentioned a t-shirt earlier and I just wore it because they sent it to me. Can we stop? I mean, this pisses me off. You don't gotta be cool, guy. Just admit, yeah, this is a pretty cool shirt. Pretty cool shirt.
Yeah.
Because I tell you right now, I'm sick of this. I don't get motivated by that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
it's just like with Arcia.
Mhm.
Oh
Right.
yeah, I don't listen to stuff like that. You
Right.
hit a home run twice and you stared at him. And then after the game you were like, yeah, anything to motivate you. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Oh, and then he got on Bussin' with the Boys in that interview, and they were like, they were talking about food places. He goes, oh, yeah, this place is elite. He goes, yeah, I wouldn't know anything about elite because apparently I'm not elite anymore. Yeah, but you don't feel it at all. You don't talk about it at all, do you?
Right.
That part pissed me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, on to my second topic.
Okay.
The spring training flights are in jeopardy. So I woke up this morning
Uh-huh.
and I had we had everything booked.
Right.
Everything was booked. Our hotel, our flights,
Yeah.
everything. Gabby's been on me about it,
Okay.
which as she should be.
Right.
Like I don't blame her at all.
Accountability.
Yes, accountability for sure. And of course I'm like the most forgetful person because half the time when
Yeah.
we sit here, I just ad lib.
Okay. Word.
Not they'll prepare, but like
I know. Yeah.
sometimes it's
Well,
just
we
like,
also don't wanna
man,
be
I forgot
scripted.
we were doing that topic.
Yeah.
Let me just BS for a minute or two.
Right. Just stay organized. Stay on the right
Yes.
track. Go ahead.
So she's keeping me on the right track. We booked everything.
Okay.
We had the flights. We had rewards from our cards.
Right.
Oh yeah, let me get this free flight.
Yeah.
This is gonna be free. But get all the rewards, all the miles. It's all
Right.
great.
Right.
This morning I wake up. Now, if you're not from the northeast part of the U.S., which I have a couple guys that listen to this from Georgia because they're all, or from down south,
Right.
or maybe if Nate's listening in Arizona or wherever, dude, we're gonna get hit with apparently 18 inches of snow. Now, I don't believe it. I don't think it's true. I got 2 emails today. The first one was your flight got canceled, and the second one was we rebooked you on the next available flight. Now, I'm not a very, I don't want to say up. Yeah, yes, big time. I'm very go with the flow when it comes to vacation.
Yeah.
So at first, I see the flight and it says, here, you know what? I'm going to find it.
Okay.
I want to see what time it told me that I was allegedly going to get to Tampa. This is, what are you just playing with the sound?
Crickets. Yeah.
Yeah. So, where is it? So I was supposed to fly in at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
to 9:50. It was going to be awesome.
Okay.
I was so excited.
Right.
They're like, oh yeah, by the way, now your flight is at 5:47 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Which, as long as we're getting there on the same day,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Right.
Now, I didn't realize that there was a big stipulation. I was going to be flying into Miami. I'm supposed to fly into Tampa, which is 4 hours away.
Right.
So they thought, let's just give them a day off. So we were flying to Miami that night and then staying in Miami and then going to Tampa the next morning. No, that's no good. That's no good for me.
Right.
Nothing's even on the ground yet. It's barely raining.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, cancel the flights.
Right.
Are we kidding?
Yeah.
I was talking to Mike. It bothers the hell out of me. I was talking to Mike, and he goes, I think they just canceled flights so everybody just wouldn't show up. I said, that's a decent point. Because I'm going to bring a pillow to the airport just in case.
Right.
Because God forbid.
Yeah.
God forbid.
True.
But, dude, all morning I've been worrying about changing the car.
Yeah.
Worrying about, So I was like, screw this. I'm canceling my flight. So I canceled my flight. And again, shout out Gabby.
Right.
She fixed everything.
Okay.
And figured out the Southwest flight. Now we're flying Southwest. We're not flying American. I love
Okay.
American Airlines. It's not their fault.
No
Weather
free
happens.
ads.
Yeah, no free ads. I have their credit card. It's the only reason I'm saying that.
Okay. Word.
But like, it's not their fault. We never had any problems.
Right.
And I've taken a lot of vacations. I went to spring training last year and everything.
Right.
I never have had a problem with weather until today when that happened. So I can't really complain about that part too much.
Mhm.
It's not Americans' fault.
Right.
But like Gabby rebooked our flights. We got a good flight earlier. We're gonna get in earlier now, which is cool.
Right.
And I got to cancel our flight, get my miles back, and then I made the car free.
There you go.
Everything works out.
But
in
you're
the
still
end,
fired
but
up
I
about
am
it.
fired the hell up. You should have seen me this morning. I woke up at 7:10. I was like, all right, cool.
Right.
I beat my alarm. I'll get
Right.
to watch USA hockey. Shout out them.
USA baby.
Gold, by the way.
Want me money?
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Yes, sir.
Gold, by the way.
Gold.
I mean, what's a kilometer? Because they use kilometers.
Okay,
in
gotcha.
Canada.
Yeah,
Man, that just balls.
There you go.
A
Yeah.
terrible joke.
Still got a color.
Just
coded.
didn't land. Anyway, I was like, man, I'll get up.
Yeah.
Be great. Make some coffee. You know, watch a game.
Right.
I open up, I'm like, 2 emails on my phone. I touch. Flight's been canceled.
Yeah.
Dude, Gabby woke up so quick because
Right.
I just sighed and she goes, what? And I was like, our flight got canceled and rebooked. No. Right away.
Right.
But I was pissed, dude. I was mad.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dude, so shout out her because she helped
Right.
me rebook everything and everything ended up being fine.
Sweet.
But fingers crossed. I'm praying to the baseball gods.
Yes.
Let me get down to spring training, please.
Yes.
Please. But that's what's
Okay.
bothered me
Anything
today.
else? that you got?
No, not
No?
really.
All right.
Not
All right.
really.
All right. That was good. That was good.
Not really. I just, dude.
Tough out here, man. Tough.
This is a small one. Why are Wawa sandwiches so expensive?
My God, now we're getting out there now.
No, like I just
Right.
why?
Yeah, I don't know,
Dude,
man.
do you eat those chicken tender sandwiches?
I don't anymore. I used to. I don't anymore. So.
Dude, Dan put me onto this sandwich.
Okay.
It's American cheese,
All right.
chipotle sauce, chicken tenders, bacon,
Word.
Old Bay, and Parmesan.
Okay.
I add crispy onions to mine because I like them, like the dry onions.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Dude, a shorty is $9.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, what is going on? I get like 2 chicken tenders.
You got your rewards points, and then you use that. and it
Dude, I
helps.
do when I
Okay.
build up enough, I use them.
Right,
and I
right.
get the. I was gonna say I get the 10-inch. I get the classic. I get the
Pause,
classic.
pause.
I get the classic
Yeah,
size.
Yeah.
That's the
Crazy.
only reason I even said that is because I know how big the rolls are.
Right. Right.
But
right.
I get the classic,
Yeah.
and I only get that when I have rewards because I'm
Gotcha.
sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
They never give you enough sauce. The cheese is never melted enough.
No free ads, Wawa.
Yeah.
But we love y'all. We love
And
y'all.
I love Wawa.
I
I,
know,
love
me
their
too.
iced tea. I love everything about them.
Right.
But the sandwiches just make them a little cheaper.
Yeah.
hard. It's hard out here, man.
It is. Pause. This is a freaky
man.
podcast.
Yeah. Let's move on. Jeez.
Nah, but anyway, so you got any round of league stuff that's kind of stood out to you? I know there's been a
Dude, can we talk about the Players Association real
Yeah,
quick?
if you want to bring it up real quick, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but yeah, you can bring it up. If
I
you
don't
want. Like,
either.
it's
So,
wild,
okay.
the whole situation.
Obviously,
so.
everybody knows what's going to happen. There's
Mhm.
probably going to be a lockout in 2027. I think we're
Debatable,
going to
we'll
end
see.
up getting baseball games
Right.
because I'd rather have a full season
Mm-hmm.
and you like kind of like it happened in what
22 happened.
22.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that was the year we went to the World. Yeah.
Right.
Um.
Good times.
Yeah. Boy, do I miss it.
All right. Go
But
ahead.
anyway, it was locked out during the season
Right.
or during spring training. Everything kind of just got pushed back.
Right.
So Tony Clark, the players representation for the Players Association,
Mm-hmm.
he was like the top guy, whatever.
Right.
He resigned
Okay.
from the Players Association. Everybody's like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
Right.
Well, then it came out there was an investigation that maybe they could have been lining their own pockets.
Right.
They were saying that they were donating a lot of money to youth sports organizations. Turns out they were not.
Right.
So everybody's like, "Man, that must have been why." Now, anybody normal would go, "Yeah, that's got to be it. That's it."
Right.
Turns out he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law,
Wow.
who also worked at the Players Union. That's the only reason it's a problem, because
Yikes.
if he wants to do what he wants to, I'm not advocating for anything,
Right.
but it's
Right.
not their business if it's not with another employee.
Right. Exactly.
Everybody, the second that went viral, everybody
Yeah.
started asking sister's wife or wife's or
It's crazy.
sister's wife.
It's crazy.
Brother's wife or wife's sister,
Regardless. it's
or
crazy.
maybe sister's wife.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But man, that's a tough question.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to answer. It's more
It's
so
crazy.
rhetorical, and it was supposed to
Yeah.
be funny. But
But
man,
Regardless, the whole situation.
unbelievable
is-
situation.
Yeah.
Unbelievable situation. There's something else around the league, and I forget what it was.
Apparently, the Yankees scored 20 yesterday.
Did they really?
Judge hit 2 homers.
Congratulations.
I'm not going to say
I'm,
anything.
I'm so glad this counts towards your World Series wins.
What else? Oh, World Baseball Classic starting soon. I
Yes.
guess we could say
Well,
that.
I was gonna. Yes,
All right,
yes,
there you
yes,
go.
dude. I
Yep.
can't wait.
There we go.
I was gonna bring that up during our spring training talk.
But-
I'm gonna go down when I guess Harper and them are. Oh yeah, I guess they are.
Right. We'll be, yeah, we'll
I
probably
thought
catch
it
them.
was
I
gonna-
probably won't catch them.
You probably won't.
Yeah, but
but
that's okay.
I think a lot of the younger guys are going to get a lot of work,
Right.
which is going to be cool.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. Listen, I've seen enough from Harper Schwarber turn over the years. Like, I know what I get from them. It's
spring
like I don't.
training is spring
Right.
training.
I'd rather see that in the.
I mean, for
regular
God's sake,
season.
Whit Merrifield hit a home run
I
in
know.
spring training.
Yeah.
So,
So I'd rather get a little experience with the
Yeah.
young guys and see what. Some
and
of
I
the guys
think
got,
this
do some
leads to
scouting.
them getting more playing time. Like you leave
No,
them
for
in
sure.
for 6 innings rather than keeping them for
absolutely.
3.
Absolutely. So yeah, no, it's I'm
I
excited
can't wait to
for-
wear that Harper World Baseball Classic jersey.
Oh, I know. It's
I might
great.
get a Skeens one. I don't know.
Whoa. Skeens. Okay.
Dude, I love Skeens.
Oh, we know who you're choosing in the
LSU
fantasy draft.
Tiger. I don't know. Am I first?
Nah. No, I don't think so. I think Pat's first, but
Why?
because he came in last place.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just reverse.
Yeah, well, it just goes because I'm last since I won back-to-back champ. But yeah, no, I'm just excited in general about wrong one.
No, it was
Oh, no, you're doing crickets. Okay. He's on. What's it called? So yeah, no, I'm just excited for the World Baseball Classic, and it should be definitely entertaining. Especially now with USA having so much juice now with the hockey team winning. It's like,
Dude, I know.
Like
I
now,
know.
now the baseball
Bryce
is
just
going.
posted. I
Dude.
can't. It's amazing to be an American with the American flag, and he quoted Jack Hughes. Dude,
I will
we're
be
here.
relentless when Harper hits that first homer in the World Baseball Classic. I will be so relentless.
Are you
on this
surprised
thing,
that they
bro.
didn't ask Turner?
I am a little shocked, but at the same time,
It's Bobby Witt Jr.
That, and I just think that like I feel like in some aspects they feel like they want to have a little bit more variety when it comes to like every time the World Baseball Classic comes around, they're like, okay, like some fresh legs, some fresh faces, maybe, and stuff like that. Maybe that goes into it. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I mean, what does go into picking that? I don't know.
dude, it's one of those things
Interesting to
where it's
find
like
out.
it's just faceless.
Right.
And it's like,
Right.
oh, they picked him. Well,
yeah,
who's
maybe it's
they?
a voting
I don't
system.
know.
I don't know.
Right.
Maybe a voting
yeah.
system.
No, I
we'll see.
doubt that.
But
I doubt that.
I don't know. But you know, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. I can't wait. But you got anything else around the league stuff?
No, I'm good.
No.
I think. Yeah.
You know, listen, we keep eye on stuff around the league. It's not just Phillies too, but like we're mostly focused on this team. I care less about what the Mets are doing or anything
Yeah,
like that, so.
I'm just I'm
Shit.
trying to find my position in the draft here.
right. I think you're like kind of in the middle of the pack. Or
Yeah, I
whatever.
think I am too because I didn't make the playoffs last year. But
Right.
whatever.
We know who my first round selection is gonna be. So
Unless I pick him first.
really, you're gonna do that?
No.
I was gonna say
I'm
no,
not
you're
gonna
not.
pick
He's
him
definitely
up.
not doing that. Everybody
No.
says they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. No, you're not. Okay, so you're gonna pass them on them. That's fine. You could do that, and then I'll get a better player. So it doesn't matter. Regardless, it's a win-win for me. So just saying. But anyway, before we wrap up though, just some real quick things. Obviously, you're going to spring training this upcoming week, and then I'm going. I think like a week or two after that. So we'll see where we are. Which when it comes to shooting and stuff like that, whether it's in person or remote. We'll let you guys know, keep you guys updated and stuff like that on the Instagram. We're going to start trying to use Twitter a little bit more this year, or X, I'm sorry, a little bit more this season, stuff like that, going into it. And also, real quick, I didn't post anything about it on Instagram, but I have been kind of going live on TikTok recently, trying to get some things going over there. So if you guys ever, I'll say something on Instagram, or if you see me on live on TikTok or with Henry and stuff like that, join it.
Yeah, I was looking rough on that last live.
I know. Yeah, he just got off work.
Just got off of work and I was just
Right.
got done cooking.
Right. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
it was just like, yeah,
So.
let's add him to the live.
Yeah. So we'll probably do that a little bit. We're supposed to do some pictures today. Obviously, that got pushed back because we're, might post some things this year, maybe, or, maybe have possibly a new logo. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe.
Interesting.
Maybe. Don't.
Interesting.
First, we gotta get the photos done. So
Yeah.
that got canceled today because of this weather. So
Yeah.
and other than that though, let's go. Baseball's back,
Can't
and
wait, dude. That's
we're
right-
back.
It's right
So-
there. It's right there.
we'll try to get a little more consistent here. We were gone for a little while. Schedules just didn't
The
match
season's
up.
starting, so
Right. Yeah. Now it's time to lock in.
yeah.
It's time to lock in now. So
Yep.
got anything else though?
No, go Phils.
Go Phils. Get out of here. Peace.